bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. How, 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 how.
This week, we're going to call Oldsmobile Week. We have a couple of exceptional classic Oldsmobiles in our stables we would like to show you. They're about 18 years apart, but they share the same big block 455 cubic inch workhorse power plant that was the Oldsmobile trademark for so many years. We're going to tackle the oldest one first, which is a 1950 Oldsmobile 88 two-door hardtop. This one is in superior condition and attracts attention wherever it goes. It is also available with your email bid, so keep that in mind as we review our 1950 Olds 88.
'50 Oldsmobile two-door hardtop. You can't find very many two-door hardtops in these years anymore. It's never had any rust in it because it's always been up in Oregon. The guy had it for about 30-some years, and he had it in his barn. And my buddy got it from him for 5 years. It took him to get the car away from him because he was an older guy. And he decided he wanted to sell it, so he finally bought the car, and he started and he had a body shop, so he worked on it for himself, but then he got heart condition, so he finally had to come calling to me. He wanted to sell it to me. Then I finished it, put the air conditioning and MSD, and just really a nice car. Just runs really good. We bought it up in Oregon. I had it in my garage up there because I had a motorhome garage and I I got a 6-car garage and a motorhome garage up there, so it was always taken good care of all the time. So it's really a nice car. Well, a buddy of mine built a car. It was built up in Oregon, and he did the car up there, and it's never had any rust in it. And he wanted to put the 455 in it out of a 70 Olds, and it's got a 704 transmission in it, and a 57 positive rear end, and air conditioning on the engine. So it runs really nice. It's got a Olds crib in the front, so it drives really nice. Got power steering and tilt wheel and disc brakes, so it drives like a brand new car. It's just pretty good.
Hardtop in that year is a little difficult to find, and as you have just seen, this Olds is in very fine condition. The owner is asking $41,900, but we all know that he'll accept a little less. We will put you in direct contact with the owner. Just send us your bid at highbid@southwestcustomclassiccars.com. And as we say every week, we charge no fees or taxes. This is a net purchase between you and the seller. The same is true for our next Oldsmobile, a 1968 Cutlass 442 convertible. That same 455 cubic inch big block hides under the hood in this vehicle and comes alive with just a tickle on the gas pedal. This vehicle belongs to one of our local Havasu residents who has come close to completely rebuilding this ragtop. You can see for yourself. Take a look at our 1968 Olds 442 convertible.
This is one of those cars that you want for a number of years and finally somehow manage to scratch your way up through the old cars to the point that you find one that looks reasonable, is priced fairly reasonable, doesn't need more than $10,000 or $20,000 work on it to get it in good shape. And you say, I'm going to spring for this one, and you do so. And you go through all of the things that you have to go through to make the car right and to make it yours. You've done that too. Then you say, this car I'm going to keep for the rest of my life. How many cars have we said that for now? This one is now finally going to go on the market because we are thinning the fleet, as they say. The reason for thinning the fleet partly is it's an age thing. We have about 10,000 in this car after obtaining it, and starting with the top down or the top up, whichever you choose. It is a convertible. It does have a new top on it. It has a new cloth top, and it was done right. New pads, new wires, and new weather stripping on the top. Going inside the car, just before we bought the car, it had most of the interior put in. We did have to add some new carpet. It was rather sun-faded. Put in some seat belts. And the biggie, this was not an air-conditioned car when it was built. And it is a vintage air-conditioned car now. It blows really cold in the summer, and it blows really warm in the winter. As a matter of fact, you can ride with the top down in the summer in Lake Havasu with the air conditioning on high speed and stay cool in the front seat. Now there's one for you. We added some digital gauges and did a little trim work with door handles and window winders and things like that. Even managed to find those hard to find, those elusive plastic plates that mount behind the door handle. Found those. Guy was closing out his plastic chroming shop and had one set of those left to fit that car, and we were lucky enough to score them. Car does have a stereo. It didn't work when I got it, as far as I know. It still doesn't work. We're not pretty much stereo people. Just love listening to the dual exhaust on it. Dual exhaust is coming from 455 cubic inch big block that has kind of a lumpy cam in it. Has 4-barrel on it. We put a new Edelbrock on it. And just before we got it, it had a new aluminum radiator installed, a new alternator, new brake booster, and master cylinder. We went ahead and put drop spindles on it, 2 inches in the front, added disc brakes to the front, which then necessitated getting new wheels because the disc brake kit doesn't work with 14-inch wheels. Found some Traeger wannabes that are billet wheels, new ones, and they kind of match the age and the authenticity of the era, if you want to put it that way. Also, we put new bumpers on it. There are new bumpers on the car, front and rear. And halogen headlights, a set of 4, all set up on a relay just like they're supposed to be. Light up the night. There are a number of other little things that were done to the car, new seals here and there, and all the little things that you forget about as after you're into the thousands, you don't count the $20 bills anymore. But the car is reasonably right now with its new steering system on it. Every removable part was replaced in the steering. New shocks were put on front and rear. A new sway bar was added at the rear. And new springs, rear springs, that are 2 inches shorter. So the car has a great stance now, as you can see from the pictures. The top mechanism works just fine. Top goes up and down. Does everything it's supposed to. Most everything has been done that needs to be done to the car. I can't really think of anything that's been left out.
This vehicle is priced very reasonably for its quality and condition. Under $20,000, $19,900 puts it in your driveway. Now, if you have a different idea about what the car might be worth, let us know, and we will let the seller know. Email us at highbid@southwestcustomclassiccars.com. Don't think too much. This vehicle won't be available too long. Now, while we're waiting for you to make up your mind, let's spend a little time on the Boulevard. Usually we call this 60 seconds on the Boulevard, but we missed our target this week and stretched it to about 90 seconds. In any case, don't blink, you'll miss it. was the short version, 60 cars in 60 seconds, and all of them awesome. It's a tough job running around the Boulevard, but she always seems to get her way. And by the way, we have one more segment to visit before we call it quits for today. This is Boulevard Sights and Sound Bites. Okay, so we've shot all our bullets for this week. Our tank is empty, but you know where to find us. SouthwestCustomClassicCars.com and LakeHavasuLive.com. Now, there is a hidden link on both of those websites. You're looking at the Southwest Custom Classic Cars website. Look for the on-the-air microphone. If you click it, you will be taken to one of our live streaming pages. This is the page where you can watch our programming 7 days a week at either 1 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Remember, that's California time. Look for us because we will be looking for you. And don't forget, you can also find us on YouTube as well, either Lake Havasu Live or Southwest Custom Classic Cars. So that's a wrap, amigos. Happy trails.